In today's video, we're going to be looking at the 10 insane things that have happened this year that no one still knows about. But before we begin, why don't you guys smash that like button and subscribe to the channel to see more awesome content like this. Turn on notifications too so you don't miss out on a future video. Alright, without further ado, let's just jump into this.
Day after day, fire crews brave the front lines in a crisis that's still escalating. Many of the blazes are out of control and beyond anyone's experience.
It's the worst I've seen in 21 years. This is honestly the worst I've seen, the most I've actually been out. Makes it very hard, especially when you've got family and commitments and all the rest of it.
Australia has faced one of the worst fire seasons in history, beginning in 2019, and it continued into 2020. The flames burned a record 47 million acres, displaced thousands of people and killed at least 34. And to make it worse, researchers have said that the fire killed more than 1 billion animals. On March 2nd, for the first time in 240 days, officials said not a single bushfire burnt in New South Wales. It was a crazy start to the year, which was soon gonna go even crazier.
Speaker of the House, I solemnly and sadly open the debate on the impeachment of the President of the United States. If we do not act now, we would be derelict in our duty. It is tragic that the President's reckless actions make impeachment necessary. He gave us no choice.
In December 2019, the US House of Representatives voted to impeach President Donald Trump on charges of abuse of power for asking Ukraine to investigate 2020 political rival Joe Biden, while withholding aid as leverage and obstruction of Congress for trying to kill the House's investigation. Fast forward to 2020, the House impeachment manager read out loud the impeachment article against Trump, beginning the US Senate trial. This period also marked the year that Trump delivered his State of Union's address on February 4th. This was also when he saw a really iconic moment. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi ripped up Donald Trump's speech and made a wave all around the world. The next day, on February 5th, Trump was acquitted for 2 counts of impeachment.
Good evening. The world is on edge tonight after Iran made good on its promise, launching a revenge attack on the United States following the death of its top military leader. The country firing a series of strikes on 2 military bases in Iraq, full of US troops.
Number 3. World War III almost happened. At the start of 2020, many were concerned that the US was on the brink of war with Iran. America launched an airstrike which killed top Iranian gen and others near Baghdad's international airport. It came after months of the incident raising tensions between the two countries. Iran retaliated on January 7th with a ballistic missile strike targeting American troops in Iraq. Many feared the worst and believed that the world could be coming at a war, resulting in World War III, and the possibility of that was quite imminent.
And around the world, fans and family are trying to come to terms with the shocking deaths of Bryant, his 13-year-old daughter Gianna, and 7 others. Through the tears and tributes comes many questions, mostly why and how that helicopter crashed.
Number 4. Kobe Bryant. NBA legend Kobe Bryant was killed in a helicopter crash in Calabasas, California, along with his 13-year-old daughter and 7 others earlier this year. News of Bryant's death sent shockwaves across Los Angeles and around the world. This was a global icon and was globally a loved person. The 41-year-old had spent his entire 20-year career with Los Angeles Lakers, winning 5 NBA championships and widely regarded as one of the greatest players of all time. A public memorial service was held in February. It featured Kobe's and Gianna's basketball jersey numbers at the Staples Center. The speaker included his wife Vanessa, and it was truly an extremely sad time. Number 5. George Floyd. On May 25th, George Floyd was tragically killed by a Minneapolis police officer who used his knee to pin Floyd's neck to the ground. This had even greater significance because the killing of the black man at the hands of a white officer saw an incredible amount of protesters against racism and police brutality across the United States and around the world. Derek Chauvin, the officer seen on the video kneeling on Floyd's neck as he cried out that he couldn't breathe, was charged with second-degree murder, third-degree murder and second-degree manslaughter. The other 3 former officers involved in Floyd's death were charged with 2 counts of aiding and abetting.
We were married, we were excited, we were hopeful, and we were here to serve. For those reasons, it brings me great sadness that it has come to this.
Number 6. Meghan and Harry leave the royal life. It feels like this one has been dragged on for forever, but did you know at the beginning of this year, Harry and Meghan were still normal royals? They lived in the UK and they just had a son called Archie. And now they're kind of out of the radar and out of royals' eye.
Animal catchers to wrangle a troop of baboons seen running from a hospital in Camperdown. These pictures have just landed in the newsroom showing the baboons on the loose near the Royal Prince Alfred Hospital. It's believed the
Number 7. Baboons Escape Hospital. This is probably one, or if not the funniest story of this year. It is something you just wouldn't believe. But this story is legit. It happened in February this year. 3 baboons escaped from the hospital in Sydney and they went loose in the city. Many weird things happened this year, but this one surely does take the cake.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Joe Exotic. Are you ready for this? Bum, 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 bum. Is that mine or yours? Mine? Yours? I don't have any assets, remember?
Number 8. Tiger King. Lockdown was full of fun, mostly because of Tiger King. The deranged Netflix guy truly held us together through the lockdown. It got many people invested and intrigued. The Tiger King was the talk of the town for quite a while. The Tiger King was surely one of the highlights of this year. I mean, how could it not be?
X, the letter X. And then the AE is like pronounced Ash. Yeah. And then A12. A12 is my contribution.
Oh, why A12?
Archangel 12, the precursor to the SR-71. Coolest plane ever. It's true.
I agree with you. I don't know.
Number 9. Elon Musk's baby. Remember Elon Musk named his baby XAEA-12? Yeah, that was pretty damn weird. It was just a collection of random letters and numbers and symbols. All I want to know is what was going on inside their head when they named the child. Who even thinks of that? That sounds like my Wi-Fi password. Maybe that kid is a robot, but some people on the internet say that the name translates to Kyle, which I guess that makes sense. Number 10. Presidential debate. Presidential debate has also taken place this year, and this year's debate was quite interesting to say the least. Some may argue it wasn't even a debate. There were lots of insults and many crazy moments shared, including Trump constantly interrupting Biden. Biden got really angry at Trump at one point and just went off at him.
Make sure you, in fact, let people know you're a senator. I'm not going to answer the question.
Why would you answer that question?
The question is,
radical left.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen, who is
The quote, "Would you shut up, man?" was undoubtedly the best moment of the debate. And that brings us to the end of today's video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, then make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already to see more awesome content like this and much more. Turn on notifications too so you don't miss out on a future video. Alright, I've been your boy, and from me, this is till next time.